You want to switch to 69?
What's happening?
We are having deep philosophy discussions on various topics.
On various topics? What topics are we even talking about?
Stress, meaning of life, Bitcoin.
Okay, the first two are boring. Okay, tell me something about Bitcoin then.
About Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin connects people because see, hi, come.
Join us.
Join us. Bitcoin connects people, and it connected us again. Oh, you don't want to be in the shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so much for Bitcoin.
Hey, identity is really important. Names.
Names.
Yes, I mean, look at me. Now,
Right.
why do I have a mask? Why do I have glasses? Why do I have hat? It's because I am not important. The ideas that I talk about are important.
Do you really think so? You don't think you're
Yes.
important? You feel like that?
Not in this context.
Sure. Right.
Like, Bitcoin is not about you. It's about the idea of Bitcoin.
I actually agree with it. I think that's what Bitcoin is. But then, Bitcoin is just a tool. A hammer isn't about you. But what you do with a hammer is about you, because what you make is an extension of yourself, isn't it? Right? So.
Yes, but Bitcoin is way deeper than a hammer. And way more complex in the sense that Bitcoin is so much about consensus.
Well, okay, yeah, go on.
Yeah, so this is where you, like, if you go with that concept, like, everything is conceptually one, right? But when you take a look at something like Bitcoin, the way it works, the way it propagates itself, the way, like, what it does, it's way more than just a tool. And we should observe and respect that, and go along with it in a sense. So, and that's where really what I say, like, my identity in context of Bitcoin, like, doesn't matter, because if I obviously and again, I like not talking in absolutes, because I as a person matter to a degree. It's not that I'm saying like
Right.
The thing with you, as we discussed before this video, like, I need to be really precise with my words.
Right.
So
yeah, I like precise things.
Obviously, from your Twitter account. But just
wait a second, man. Why you picking on my Twitter? What's wrong with my Twitter now? Okay, listen. How about this?
No.
How about this? You have to grill my Twitter. Grill my Twitter. What's wrong with my Twitter? Go.
Okay. So see, this is where avocados pressure, and then other people crumble under the pressure. Rockstar can't do that. Even though my thing is no. Listen, what I'm doing.
What are you talking about, dude? You're on the camera. You're gonna deliver, okay? But life is pressure. What are you talking about?
I'm already delivering, man.
You are delivering. That is correct.
You will be watching this video, and then you will say, this guy Rockstar, he loves to escalate. But he escalates so much, he goes Rockstar mode, that he doesn't like finish the previous threads.
Right.
So what I will do, like, I'll finish the previous threads.
Okay.
We tie them together, and then we go to your Twitter account.
All right. Okay.
So we were talking about like Bitcoin, the idea being important.
Okay.
Right.
You're right. And you were saying how it's not just a hammer, as I described it.
It's not just a hammer, it's way more than hammer. And it's all about figuring out those percentages. Like, how much is about you. And with Bitcoin, it should be less than 21%. It should be about you. If it gets above 21%, if it gets to 100%, then you're in Roger Ver territory. Like 90%. Right. Like, they make it about yourself. Like, no, that's not the point. keep it about Bitcoin. Sure, get to 21% about you, but keep it about Bitcoin.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that. I think that sounds like a very socialistic way of looking at it. It sounds very
How
like
much? What's the percentage in your view?
well, I don't know what the percentage is. I just don't think that I don't think that's the correct way to see Bitcoin because it's kind of like I think Bitcoin is just like this ultimate individuality tool, you know, and really it's supposed to because again really Bitcoin is just some numbers somewhere. I'm not saying it's not special. I'm not saying there's no mysticism there. I think it is. I feel it. I think it's the greatest thing that I ever encountered in my life. You know, I can't tell you how happy I am about this thing. But it's just an object, okay? The people are what are special. And the object is supposed to make the human stand out, you know? That's why I think it's very humanistic and it's supposed to help you, like everything you do is an extension of who you are, okay? Also, if you want to get very philosophical, if you go that deep, you'll realize that you actually don't exist. And I mean, in the most practical way, you do not exist. But let's get back here, you know? It's more like...
No, it's good. Like, so what is the percentage?
Percentage of what exactly?
Maybe it's 51. Bitcoin is 51. Like you have individuality, and you should make Bitcoin 51% about you.
No, that's not what I mean.
I think 51 is good. Yeah, I like 21%, but I was wrong. I like number 21, but 51%. You're right.
Symbolism.
Yeah, but you're right because if it's less than 51%, then you as an individual are not there, right? Because yeah, and then my masks, my glasses and stuff, if I make it 49% about Bitcoin, I've succeeded.
Right.
Because it will still be way more than people that do not make the effort to like, you know, present themselves in a way where it's obvious that it's not about them, it's about the idea.
Yeah, I just don't think that's the right way. I feel some kind of opposition to when I hear that.
You want to make it about you.
No, I don't want to make Bitcoin about me. That's what it is. I don't think you can make Bitcoin about. I said you can't make a hammer about you. I just think you should make it about whatever you see. You have something in your head, okay? You see the world and you say this is good, this is bad, this is I like, this is whatever, and then you say, you know what? I think this could be a bit different here in the world. And that delta that you see in your head, and the perception between what is in your head and what is the thing, that's what you are supposed to use Bitcoin to make it happen. And that's what you are. That is the extension of yourself, is this delta that you're putting in the world. And I think you should focus on that. I'm not saying like Roger Ver didn't do that. Roger Ver said, this is how I think Bitcoin should be. I don't think that's the right way to go about it. Bitcoin is whatever it will be.
Yeah, but what you're saying is also that you're like, use the Bitcoin as a tool to like do this.
Yes,
and that's exactly where Roger's problem came to be, because he was like, this is what Bitcoin and everyone in Bitcoin, they should do this. Like that was the ultimate problem with Roger Ver.
Yeah, I'm not subscribing that. Maybe I'm explaining myself, but I don't think that's what I'm saying.
No, you explained it well, and you stand for that. Well, do you think that there is? Well, obviously, Bitcoin is more than a hammer, right? But
I just think it's a fancy hammer. I don't think it's more than that.
Okay, so fancy hammer.
And I think the fact that there are multiple people using this fancy hammer, there's some social layers and whatever, and that's a different thing.
And that's separate from Bitcoin itself.
Yeah, but I still think that's incredible. I think there's magic in that. But I just think this distinction is important because again, Bitcoin is just a tool. People are more important than Bitcoin. That's how I feel about it. Everything we have in our thing here is so people could be in front, so people could be special. You know, people are incredible. The tools just happen to be things that we make. The reason we're incredible is because we made these tools, so we can use them.
I think your own understanding will like significantly expand once you start considering the option that it's not separate.
Okay, go on.
It's that, you know, what you call it, how they say, mysticism?
Mysticism, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, it's like impacted by your perceptions in other areas of your life, like religion and stuff.
Sure.
Like, I'm not trying to make it into a religion, but there is.
But see, this is the thing. I feel like when you say that, it rhymed like a religion. You know?
Yeah.
So that's why maybe that's where the repulsion came from, you know, and I was pushing against it.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying religion is bad, by the way. I just think, again, I think
It's not for you.
No, not at all. I actually, I'm actually, I believe in God. I think religion has its place. But you know what? You can have your own personal faith and feel connected to God, and that's one thing. But then you can go and think, oh, the building is what God is about. It's like, no. The building is just here so we can get here. And, you know, it's about the people getting here and talking. And what is the idea of it, as you were saying. But it's not about the building. And I say, when you're saying like this, you think God, you think the important part is the building and the physical stuff. And that's what I'm saying about Bitcoin. No, that's a separate thing. And the people and the thing is special. So
let me then clarify myself a little bit, and then I will let you do the talking, because that's what Uncle Rockstar loves, when people do talking for him. And when you watch this video, it will be great. You talk about my points. We build Bitcoin, right? Us.
Sure. But some more than others, but sure.
Definitely. But as we build Bitcoin, so does Bitcoin build us.
Sure, to some degree, that's correct, yeah.
Bitcoin, as we said, connects you to people, and those people have profound impact on your life.
That happened a lot of time, yes.
And I just like my man Gigi and his saying that there are no coincidences.
There are no what?
There are no coincidences.
Okay, sure, I guess.
Yeah. So I 100%, well, I mostly agree that we shouldn't make it into a religion. And I would say I would 100% agree if we could define the word religion. Like that's the big problem, because it's not about religion, it's about hope, it's about belief, it's about being part of the bigger whole, which is what all of us desire.
And I think that's a very good human thing to have and to go for. But you know, so what is religion? Well, first of all, practically speaking, how religion came about. Well, there were a lot of things on the planet that were walking around, and they were like, you know, cells and all these things. And then these things became harder, and they needed to coordinate. And they found some ways. And then we had humans, which were very complex, and they needed to coordinate, because coordination is the hardest thing in the world. Hence why we, you know, figure out that we had to do in this Byzantine-fold blah blah thing. Anyway, so now we had these humans, and they needed to coordinate. And what humans did actually really well is that over just talking with each other and having ideas, they computed what are the best ideas, and they coagulate into something. That's what religion is. That's what memes are, from the Richard Dawkins point of view, not from the, you know, pictures on fucking internet. So that's what
you read
is.
Richard Dawkins. You like Richard Dawkins?
I wouldn't say I read, but I'm familiar with this concept of the meme and whatever, where it came from. Anyway, that's not the point. So the thing is, like, that's what religion is, right? Religion is just people coordinating around something. And that was great, because for a long time we couldn't like write things down, we couldn't do anything. So we had this concept. And now of course we evolved so much, and you know, we're at a point where like everything is moving so fast. So we can't keep up with like whatever we're saying here. So we're just left with a hollow part of the religion right now, because you can't keep up with this thing. And I feel like people still have this echo of the hollow part, and they don't understand like what the times are right now. I'm not saying we don't need a religion or whatever, but I don't think that should be the focus. I think that should kind of emerge. And as long as hope is good and everyone wants hope, I don't think you can prescribe it. I think as soon as hope is prescribed, it's fake. You know, you take the magic out of it. I think hope should, if you want to find hope, don't look for somewhere else. Find hope in yourself. And how are you going to find hope in yourself? Well, because you know that you get those things that you see in your head and you put them forward, you can make them happen, and Bitcoin makes it happen. That's where the hope comes from. And you shine forward, okay? And you did something incredible, and you changed the world. And I feel like you're saying, no, you shouldn't do that, because you were supposed to...
No, I'm actually saying exactly that. And no, I love how involved you are in this, because you described it way better than me. Don't we use...
I have a tongue with words.
Yeah, but... Don't we use Bitcoin as a coordination mechanism?
Well, we do, but there's this meta layer that's happening here, and there's all this hullabaloo, and there's nothing out, and there's this hollowness.
It's always the same. Like you described the process well with like cells coming together. It's like, what do you use for coordination? And it's a pattern that repeats, and
Yes.
it will like keep repeating. And as we find better and better coordination mechanisms, and that's where, okay, someone sees that, someone who is religious, it's immediately Bitcoin is a religion. Someone sees that who is not religious, and they're like, oh, look at this idiots, like turning it into religion. But it is
That's
a
exactly
coordination, yeah. And
But you know what?
Yeah.
I really want to be more precise about my criticism, because Nick, I was. Again, I'm not against this religion part. I'm just against the fact that people got so far away from the essence of it, and everyone is just
What's the
LARPing.
essence?
Well, the essence is the fact that we have the essence of the tool, okay, which have these censorship-resistant properties, and the fact that again, like we found something to coordinate, which is really hard. It's the hardest thing because you know why it's hard? It's simple actually. Why it's hard? It's because information loss occurs all the time. Right? That's what really is the problem here. It's like if I say something and you say that's and whatever, we can create information, you know?
Entropy winning.
That's exactly what it is, right? So that's why it's actually so that's why coordination is hard. So we found this very specific thing which we can coordinate on, which also another interesting thing that Bitcoin does. It proves a negative, which is almost the very few things in ever that does that. Oh, you can never do that.
That's the next video. We can't cover it in this one.
Yes, but the thing is like you see. We got it to coordinate on this one specific thing, which has to be the monetary thing, and then that was the thing that we can coordinate. And then there's all these layers and all these people that do things, and they're so far away now. Everyone is just talking about Bitcoin as this nothing thing, as this hollow thing, using these empty words that you could say about anything. You can say that about my shoes. You can say that about anything. So there's no essence. It's hollowness. It's just LARPing. You know, everyone just talks about talking, and the essence is lost. It's not that the essence is lost. There's no essence. How do you know this? Ask why two times, and you see people don't have a why, and that's lost. And that's the religious aspect that I'm specifically criticizing. And I just think that's what evil looks like in the world, as far as I'm concerned. So that's what I have a problem with the religious aspect of it. And when I see that, I want to be like, no, that's evil. That's evil. Let's call that out.
So so let's not make this a video about LARPing and talking. What is to be done? Are we hunting down those people that are like let's.
I'm not prescribing that by any means.
Log them up. Let's go.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say, I'm just putting, I'm making some social commentary here on what I think is wrong.
Oh, so you are a LARPer. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
You know what? That's fine if I'm a LARPer. I don't have a problem with that. You can call me a LARPer if you want.
No, I can't allow that because I'm Uncle Rockstar. And the whole Rockstar thing is about, it's not about me, it's about joining people and then they're also Rockstars.
Right.
Because this Rockstar persona is in large part thanks to all the people that followed me on Twitter. That's what I always say. Like, I own Rockstar 51%.
Right.
49 is owned by people, and that's something I always keep in mind. So coming back to our previous discussion, I think 51 is a good percentage. You were right. You corrected me well there.
Okay.
So, yeah, like, let's apply all of that and like what is to be done. Let's name 3 religious LARPers.
Well, here's the thing right now. If there were to be, again, I don't want to like to.
We are not doing anything.
Well, look, hear me out. I don't think I should go to you and be. Like, here's the thing. If I don't like what shoes you wear, I will say that and whatever. But I'm gonna take your shoes and put other shoes on your feet. That's for you to do, okay? But what I think, if there's anything
that would be a really Rockstar move. Can you get me like Louboutins or something?
No, I don't even know how to spell Louis Vuitton, you know.
Yeah. Well, no.
But you know what I think? I don't think you should do. I just think like, well, if that's how I feel about the world, I'll talk about it, and this is how I go about it. And if someone thinks it's the same, they should do that. But I'm not gonna come and preach at your door. I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it. the only thing you can do is just say how you feel about the things, and maybe someone else.
Yeah, you leave all the hard work for us rock stars. Now, when we finish the video, I will find out who are the 3 biggest LARPers, and I'll be like, come on guys, like stop with that religion nonsense, or at least like apply it, because it's all about that. So
Right, I don't feel that's what I'm saying here at all. I just
51%, what you're saying.
I don't know what you left off. I feel like you're just. See, this is what I'm trying to say. You're just using 21 and 51. You're using just some symbols.
I need to get. You want to switch to 69? Let's go, man. Let's go.
All right, this video was all over the place. There was no coherence necessarily.
Real Rockstar video, man. It's been a pleasure.
It's always been a pleasure.